Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom for your day. And I'm not surprised this particular reading popped up at this point in time. It seems very fitting. A little admonition or reminder of something that's good for us to keep in mind. So we'll give it a minute here till everyone pops on. I don't know about all of you, but apparently today our rain is supposed to turn to snow. We shall see what happens with it. But we made it through the flood warning with nothing untoward happening, I don't believe. So good morning to whomever popped on. Barb, you're the first one here today. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. So, yes, interesting weather. Diane and I went and sat in the park before we went out for a fish fry. Welcome to the Midwest. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you are here. And it was lovely. I think we saw at least a half a dozen deer. At least a half a dozen. So it was nice being out in nature. Yesterday morning, if you had said to me, it'll end up being a beautiful day, I would have said you're crazy. Good morning, Jo Neal. Welcome. It was like pea soup out there in the morning. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you're here. And by the end of the day, when we were sitting in the park, 3:30, 4 o'clock, whatever, blue sky, no clouds, sun shining. It was lovely. So, and that, it felt very good to my soul to be out to get a different perspective, So today we have a reading out of Outrageous Openness, and I feel like it's a perception shift again. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. Glad you're here. And a perception shift that'll be very useful to many of us at this point in time. Before I forget, tomorrow is the next Unity Cafe Book Club, so I will be sending out a reminder and the link again for those of you who are participating. We are reading Atul Gawande's Being Mortal, and we're heading into the home stretch. I think we may have one more round after this, and then we'll see where we go from there. But it's been an eye-opening book, and it's so awesome to have conversation with other people in a similar position or with a similar understanding of what isn't working and learning about what would work better. So, yes, that is tomorrow morning. And then also wanted to remind you, and they both ended up with the name Unity, which I think is pretty interesting. Coming up, let's see, when is that one? I want to say it's the 18th. Yes. So, a week down the road. Good morning, Sue. Glad you're here. Welcome. We are going to have our Unity Intention Collective, and that's a whole different thing and a whole different group. My friend Bonnie Gressel, who is a nurse practitioner, reached out to me and said, hey, Bonnie, let's get together and let's do some healing work for people. Let's do some energetic healing work together online. Let's see who else wants to show up. And so many of you have already responded. I think we've got a pretty good group that's going to be on that Zoom as well. And so if you're interested in doing that one with us, good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. Yes, the book is great. Atul Gawande's Being Mortal. And it's about aging, death, and dying in America. Hello, Beth. Welcome. So that's Unity Cafe Book Club. That's tomorrow. And then a week from tomorrow is the Unity Collective, Unity Intention Collective. And what we are going to do is gather a bunch of people. You don't have to view yourself as a healer to participate in this. It's a gathering of hearts, minds, and souls. And we're going to do a guided thing, but it's basically going to be, we're hoping to keep it to about a half an hour. So what we're basically going to do is like 10 to 15 minutes of dedicated time sending energy, sending healing energy, especially to our nation, but to the world at large, to everything, to Mother Earth. We're just going to be sending healing energy. And if you're thinking, well, I don't know how to do that stuff, don't worry. We'll tell you how to do it. We'll walk you through it. We'll demonstrate. But it's just a gathering of a collective of hearts and souls that want to see better for our world. So, gotcha. Is your computer in the room where he's sleeping? Otherwise, go sit in your car. Come, bring us up on your phone. That'll work too. We're not being fancy dancy here. This isn't. This is just a grassroots effort to help shift the energy, to help move us from division to unity. That's basically what we're going to be doing. This will be the first one. We've got one scheduled for February already. We're thinking once a month. The other Bonnie will actually be in Hawaii for the second one, so she may or may not be able to get on depending on what's happening with Wi-Fi. But her intention is to be there for that one. And then we'll just see where we go from there. But that one, if you're interested and you want to do that, send me your email to bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com, and I will get you added to the list and get you the link. So, yeah, that's that. Let's take a breath. And if that one felt really good to you, let's take another one. And if it felt awful to you, let's take another one. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Oh, and my magic number 8. There's 8 of you here with me right now. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Diane told me yesterday her favorite number is 12. Do y'all have a favorite number? We'd love to hear what it is. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So, outrageous openness, letting the divine take the lead. When we're trying too hard to manage our lives, things get out of whack. Things get out of whack. So let's see what Tosha Silver has to tell us about getting them back in whack. So, it's page 70 for those of you who have the book and love to follow along. It's called Radical Release. Radical Release. Take a breath. Let it go. And the quote is from Jesus. Into thy hands I commend my spirit. Final words of Jesus. Tosha says, I find these words to be some of the most ravishingly beautiful ever uttered. But I'm no Christian, and not much of a practicing Jew either, though I have 6, count them 6, rabbis in my extended family. Over time, my spirituality has become an ongoing, wildly intimate love affair with the divine within and without, independent of all formal religion. And this quote says it all. And we all have our path with that, right? The same way we all find our path. Well, what is it I'm meant to do in life, right? We all find our path with, what do I believe about what's beyond? Good morning, Diane. Glad you're here. So, and I believe it is not my job or my business to judge anybody else's path with faith. We all do it in our own way. And sometimes when I see someone apparently stumbling down a path that in no way ever would I take, I say to myself, there must be something really important down that path that they're meant to learn. They must do this. They must do this. I don't get it at all. Makes no sense to me. But they must do this. And I bless them on their way. Away they go. She continues, every year at the spring equinox, the sun crosses the sensitive point of 29 degrees Pisces, the last of the zodiac. In the world of the stars, we reach the year's grand finale. When the equinox arrives, the sun moves to 0 degrees Aries, and the wheel of life starts over once more. And there is that circular feel. Certainly in many native cultures, the medicine wheel, many things that are more circular in nature than linear. This is a day of radical release, ushering us to the brink of the new. Calling this the crucifixion degree, metaphysicians often warn not to initiate actions at this time. Fear-based, right? But I always think if an action is offered completely to God, you can do it anytime. Strange thing to say as an astrologer who watches the stars, but honestly, it's true. There's a story that the great yogi, Paramahansa Yogananda, would request his astrologers to determine the least auspicious day to start a world tour. Then he would intentionally begin to travel at that exact time, to prove that a positive outcome could occur if one moves with God, if one moves with spirit, if one moves with our heart and soul. All right? In Sanskrit, the word aparagra means non-grasping. So instead of this. Rather than the Western model, I love this sentence. Ready? Rather than the Western model of chasing, roping, and branding our desires for dear life, aparagra means moving through the world with an open hand, an open heart. I like it so much that I have it inked on my left ankle next to a bluebird of joy. So here's a good prayer for right now. Let's take a breath. Feel everything opening, ready to receive these words. Let what wants to come, come. Let what wants to go, go. If it is mine, it will stay. If not, whatever is better will replace it. If you fully invoke God's highest will for you, you'll never fear the movement of the stars again. What a relief. And how many of us have kind of done this? We've all got that superstitious thing going on, right? Oh my God, it's Friday the 13th. Oh, the everything's in retrograde. Oh, this, oh, that. But again, what she's telling us here is if your intention at some point in time, whatever is good, what comes out of it will be good. So for the Unity Collective, the Unity Intention Collective, unity is the intention. Each person's going to go about it in a slightly different way. That's absolutely lovely. Each person will leave that meeting doing whatever they're going to be doing. Lovely. Having the faith and trust that what's meant to unfold from that will unfold from that. So, again, we'd love to have you join us. Let me know if you're interested. We'll get you set up. So, today, here we are. All we have really is today and this moment right here, right now. What will we choose to do with it? I'm actually going to be working with a young man this morning who wants to start a different business. He has a very successful business, but he wants to start a different business. And we're just going to noodle on what could that look like and what kind of support does he need and what can be some next steps he can take, and just do a heart and soul journey with him as he makes his way to what am I meant to be doing next. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. What about for you? Today, right now, in this moment, what do you become aware of? What's important to you? I'm looking at my cup of iced tea. That's important to me right now, in this moment. In this moment, what's important to you? Take a breath. And with the next breath, let's drum up some gratitude for that thing, that person, that animal, that event, whatever it is. What's important to you? Feeling gratitude, breathing it in. Filling yourself, heart, soul, mind, body, spirit, filling yourself with gratitude. And every time you take the little pause to do that, you're putting good energy out into the world. So let's practice that today. It's Saturday. It's the weekend. We're meant to be moving a little bit slower, right? So let's practice some appreciation today. A breath. And out. Oh, and I just caught a glimpse of divine right timing and divine right order. So let's do them together, shall we? Today the divine will show me the way. I am open to all signs and messages. The perfect steps are already picked, and I am guided to them. And moving through the world open to constant help gets easier and easier with practice. Yes, yes. There's a beautiful one laying next to your husband. Yes, yes. And look at the path that we all take with the people in our lives. Oftentimes it's rocky. It's not this nice, smooth, super highway. It can be dirt roads. It can be washed out roads. It can be a dirt path, muck and mire. Yeah, that is the nature. That is the nature of the beast. So, breath in, breath out. My poor sister just sent me a message. Is Dad's phone charger up there so I can stop looking for it here? I'll have to go see. Too many parts. Every time they go back and forth, something gets left behind. So, have an awesome Saturday. Appreciate the things in your life that are wonderful. Send good energy to the things in your life that may not be so wonderful. Set an intention for healing, for growth, for perspective shift, whatever's needed. We will see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.